Hello and welcome to Gaming News with Jake. Here you'll find all the gaming news by me. Probably. So just in case you didn't know, E3 2017 just kind of wrapped up with the conferences, and boy, I have a lot of news for you. So buckle up and sit tight because Jake Coe is on the case with telling you the gaming news. That was so lame, holy shit, I will not do that again, I promise. Okay, so right off the bat, they decided to talk about their new Xbox One upgrade console, which we all knew it as the Xbox One Scorpio. Well, it's not called that, it's now called the Xbox One X. Now, if you ask me, I don't really like the name. It doesn't flow off the tongue, like it's like Xbox One X, like it... I don't know, it sort of feels like you're about to restart your sentence because you messed it up or something, I don't know. I felt like Xbox One Scorpio sounded better because it like rolls off the tongue a bit more, like Xbox One Scorpio, Xbox One Scorpio, and then you try and do that with Xbox One X, like you kind of stumble sometimes, like it's super confusing. I'm not a fan of the name, but hey ho, a name's a name. What's the console like? Well, the console is a beast, let's just say that. So the main purpose of this upgrade console is to have a true 4K experience. So, you know, you get 4K resolution on your games what decide to support it, and a steady 60 frames per second if, yet again, games decide to support 60 frames per second. Now, all accessories such as controllers, chargers, USBs, you know, the whole lot, they will all be compatible with the Xbox One X. There isn't anything like sold separately for it to make it work or anything like that, so that was pretty good news. Like, you know, I know some people do worry about that, but yeah, they cleared that up. They were just like, yep, everything you own for the Xbox One, it will be compatible with the Xbox One X. So, you know, you don't have to go out your way to buy new things just to make it work on that. So that was all good news. And all games up to now, or like up to November when it comes out, so all past releases, they will automatically get a boost. So, for example, we all know that the Xbox One doesn't run at 1080p on some games. Like, it can run at 900p, which, you know, some people make that a big deal, like, oh, PS4 can run 1080p, and that game, that runs 900p, oh my god, 100p, what, such a difference, whatever, shut up. So to clear that up, games what are running at 900p now on the Xbox One automatically get boosted to 1080p, with a steady frames per second depending on what it runs on. So for example, if the game was 60, it will run at a 60, you know, very stable. If it run at 30, it will run at 30, very stable, like no hitches, no going down, that sort of thing. So that was really good. Like, the developers don't even have to do anything, that's just an automatic update on all your past games and all the games leading up to it. And then future games what are coming out, so, you know, games what we probably don't even know about yet, or games what are coming out next year, which I'll get onto, they're gonna get like a 4K support, 60 frames per second, like they're gonna get the whole boost. And I imagine developers, you know, who are making their stuff now, I imagine like if they wanted to, they could support 4K and 60 frames per second if they decide to, because I know some developers, they can get real awkward with that, and that's kind of what makes me worry about these upgrade consoles like the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X now, because I know with the PS4 Pro, very few developers have taken advantage of that, and I don't mean to sound blah blah, I know the PS4 Pro isn't exactly the best of the best, like, they have taken some shortcuts with that. I personally feel like that was rushed out the door. They really should have waited so they could get what the Xbox One X is doing now. So I can understand why developers are kind of a bit like, I can't be asked with the PS4 Pro updates and like stuff like that, but, you know, whatever. Now, to everyone's surprise, I think, it is going to be the smallest Xbox One. So it's even going to be smaller than the Xbox One S, which is the slim version of Xbox One. Which, like, that's kind of mind-boggling and pretty goddamn awesome at the same time. Like, when he said that, I was just like, oh, wow. That's actually really good news. Like, because before when they were saying, like, all the specs, what it has in it, like, vapor cooling and all this, I was like, damn, how big is this thing gonna be? Like, is it gonna be huge? But, no. Their smallest console is gonna be smaller than the Xbox One S, and that's fantastic news in my opinion. The release date for the Xbox One X is the 7th of November 2017, and the price is $500, or £450 if you live in the UK like me. Now, let me talk about the price. There's been a lot of mixed reactions towards the price, of being like, oh, this is way too expensive, people are not going to even buy that, it's asking for way too much for what it is. People like me, I think that's a great price for what that console is. I've looked at a bunch of, like, videos, a bunch of like news articles and just forums in general to people comparing what's inside that console and how much that is compared to a PC, and people have roughly estimated what's inside the Xbox One X is roughly, you're looking around a £700 to £1,000 PC build, which, you know, there's a huge price difference there. And I know you're probably thinking, but you can upgrade your PC, you can get new parts and constantly keep upgrading it eventually and stuff. Like, I know, like, I have my own PC, it's literally, like, right down there, you just can't see it. Like, I have my own PC, I know all about that, okay? But it's a great alternative for people who just don't want to faff around with that. People who just can't get along with PC. Like, I know someone. If you've been around on this channel, you all know him as well. Bobby. Bobby, he can't get along with PC. Like, he struggles with the keyboard. He really just doesn't want to faff around with looking at all the right parts, seeing like if that part is okay, if it's reviewed okay, if it's going to support this, support that. Like, I get it, because I'm the exact same, and I have a PC. Like, when I'm looking at new parts, I'm just like, what, like, where do I even start now? You know, like, I had big help with my brother with my PC, so if I was probably on my own, I wouldn't even know where to start myself. So, yeah, people just don't want to faff around with that, and, you know, it's a good alternative for people who just want to play console. So, I think the price is alright. And again, it's not for the casuals. Like, I know that sounds like, what the hell? But it's not. If you're a true hardcore gamer like me, you know, that's a great price. I think, you know, I'm definitely going to probably pick one up, considering how much I play my Xbox One. So, yeah, I just thought, you know, why not? If I can get that great of an upgrade for it, then, yeah, why not? That price is great for me. I don't really care, so I'll stop with the Xbox One X. That's the main news, so we'll go on with all the other stuff now. Yes. Forza 7 was announced. Of course it was announced, like, anyone saw that come in, and as usual, it's going to support the Xbox One X, so 4K, 60 frames per second, you know, all that. And it's coming out October 3rd, 2017. It's a racing game. I mean, I can't really say much about it. I know that Forza, you know, I've heard that it's a great racing series. People have a lot of good things to say about it. I'm just not into racing games, so I don't really have much to say about it. So, moving on. The fuck was that? So Metro Exodus got shown, and it's the next game in Metro series, obviously, and yeah, it looked pretty cool. Like, it looked really pretty. Obviously, it's going to support Xbox One X. Every game they showed is going to support the Xbox One X, so let's just clear that up so I don't have to keep repeating it. So yeah, what they showed, it looks really pretty. They showed probably about, I'd say, a 5-minute gameplay part of it, just a little demo. I don't know if that's going to feature in like the real game or not, but you know, it looked pretty cool. I know the Metro games are kind of mixed reception on them. Personally, I wouldn't rave about them. I wouldn't say like go out and buy them, but like for what I paid for them, which wasn't much, I fairly enjoyed myself in the Metro games. So, you know, there's a lot of potential with those games, and I feel like a lot of it was kind of, there's a lot there, but it didn't exactly gel together, right? So I feel like with this new game, they could perhaps get all that stuff they had good and boosh, make it solid, make it into something good. So yeah, I have hopes for that, and that's coming out 2018 sometime, hopefully, if there's no change of plan on that date. So moving on. Assassin's Creed Origins got shown with a trailer and then some gameplay, and I did enjoy the Assassin's Creed games back in the day, but fell off board with them because they started to go in directions which I was just like, there's just too much of it, you know, I just can't be arsed anymore. And I know Unity really put me off because of just how poor that game came out in, and Syndicate, yes, I heard it was an alright Assassin's Creed, but it was the same old, so I just really dropped off because, again, it really was just the same old. So hopefully with this break, they could hopefully make something pretty cool, because I do want to like Assassin's Creed again. Like I said, I really enjoyed Assassin's Creed back in the day. Assassin's Creed 1, 2, 3, Brotherhood, Revelations, Black Flag especially. I really like Black Flag. So yeah, I do have my fair share of experience on Assassin's Creed, but I just fell off it, and I want to like it again. So I'm hoping that Origins can do that. And from what they showed, it does look like they're hopefully going in a different direction with kind of how it plays. So Eagle Vision, instead of everything going blue and you can see through walls and stuff, Eagle Vision is literally you control an eagle. Like, you summon an eagle and you fly an eagle. Like, so that's something different and something that could be quite cool. And there seems to be like scavenging maybe, or something along those lines. Like, I saw him go up to her body and like he could actually like scavenge the body for weapons and stuff like that. So, and it looks like there was like different like equipables, like armor equips, and you know, so yeah, it's all very brief, so please, I apologise if all this sounds a bit like you're not really doing a good job of explaining this. Well, it's because they didn't really show much of it, so I don't know if that was intentional or what, so you didn't look too much into it. But one thing they did show, which was the combat. Now, combat in Assassin's Creed has been quite plain. Like, it's very just mash a button to attack and then block and just hit one button to counter them and instant kill them. Like, it's been like that for quite a while now. Like, I know they did try and change it in Black Flag onwards, but it kind of still had that formula of just counter attack every enemy and you kill them all. Yep, cool, done. No, this, it kind of looks like they really focused on combat. Like, he was strafing everywhere, he was shield bashing, like, he was doing little jabs, dodging back, like, it, yeah, it looked pretty cool. So I hopefully, again, hopefully, that is cool. And also, it looks like they're going with a bit of a mystical feel to it, because there was a part where he shoots an arrow, and he's controlling the arrow. So that's like some magical bullshit. And also there was a giant snake as well. So yeah, there obviously is some like Egyptian mystical creatures you can fight and stuff. So yeah. PlayerUnknown Battleground is coming out in early access later this year. And to everyone's surprise, even me, it's coming out exclusively on Xbox One. So, that raises some questions. Is it going to really be an exclusive to Xbox One? So like a forever deal? Like not coming out on PS4, not coming out on Switch or anything like that? Yes, it's already out on PC, but this is a console exclusive, so it's not going to be coming out on the other consoles. But does that mean it's a timed exclusive? This is what people are still a bit unclear about, because Xbox One, they do sort of make this unclear if it's a timed exclusive or forever exclusive. I mean, if it's a exclusive for Xbox One, then that's crazy. Like, that's gonna really bum a lot of PS4 players out, which I understand. Like, that really sucks if that's the case, but you know, a competition's a competition. Xbox have got to do what they got to do, and PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds is a huge thing at the moment on PC. Like, it's big, so the fact that's coming out exclusively on Xbox One, you know, that's a big deal. But if it is a timed exclusive, then, you know, PS4, you're just gonna have to wait a little bit. Some Shadow of War gameplay got shown, and, you know, I really like Shadow of Mordor, so Shadow of War, you know, what they showed kind of looks a bit samey, but that's not exactly a bad thing. It looks like they've really developed on what they had originally, and just, you know, really worked on that. So, you know, that's not a bad thing at all. The Nemesis system was absolutely fantastic in Shadow of Mordor, and in Shadow of War it looks even better. Like, the AIs actually feel like characters, they feel lived in, they just feel like real people, and games struggle to do that. So yeah, what they showed of Shadow of War looks fantastic, and I cannot wait until that comes out. So that's coming out October 10th, 2017. State of Decay 2 got some gameplay, and again, I really can't say much about that. I played the tiniest bit of State of Decay 1, that was like the demo, and I did not enjoy it at all. So yeah, when this was being shown, I was just like, yeah, cool, whatever. But I know some people do like those games, and you know, State of Decay 2, maybe they might have improved a lot what I hated about number 1. So we'll just have to wait and see, and that's coming out spring 2018. Now on to some Minecraft news. Whoa! I joke about Minecraft a lot, but like, I'm being serious on this one. This is actually some really cool news for Minecraft, and just some cool news in general that is actually being done. So Minecraft crossplay is happening. So what that means is that Xbox One players, PC players, and Nintendo Switch players can all join servers and play with one another. Like, that's fantastic. Like, I wish more games would do that. And you're probably wondering, Jay, why didn't you say PS4? Well, Sony being Sony, they don't want anything to do with crossplay. And their excuse was so much bullshit that, man, I can't even comprehend what they were saying. They were saying, this is pretty much what they said. They were saying that Minecraft is a game where mostly young kids play, which you know is true, and so they don't want their PS4 Minecraft community getting mixed up into the wrong crowd. That was pretty much what they said. So much bullshit. Because Nintendo have done it. Nintendo is like the home place for like family friendly stuff. So if Nintendo can do it, I'm pretty sure you could do it, Sony. I'm just saying, and that goes with another game as well, which I'll get into in another gaming news with Jake if you decide to watch that. So but Minecraft is getting a 4K update, and it's also getting some like realism texture pack, and it has like realism lighting effects and shadows. I believe it was like a mod, like a really popular mod on the PC version, but it's now coming to Xbox One. So yeah, that's really cool. And obviously they showed some stuff on the like new updates, like llamas, for example. They showed some llamas, some blocky llamas. Moving on. They announced Dragon Ball FighterZ, and the trailer was pretty crazy. It's an actual fighting game, like it's not like some arena flying around in kind of like third person sort of view. Like, it's an actual fighting game. with Dragon Ball Z characters, and the trailer was crazy. It had some like heavy metal going on, screamo, Hami Kamihas going on. It was so I know a lot of Dragon Ball Z fans, from what I've seen, are actually really pumped after seeing that. Like, it actually looks like a pretty fun time if you're a fighting game fan. Unfortunately, I'm neither a Dragon Ball fan or a fighting game fan, so didn't do much for me, but all I can say is that the trailer was crazy. Sea of Thieves got some new gameplay. It got a 10-minute gameplay demo, and it looks pretty goddamn awesome. Now, I'm gonna say, I'm not allowed to say much on this or I could get in some big trouble, but I have been playing the alpha. I've been playing the alpha for quite a while now, and from what I've played in the alpha, that game is very promising. That's all I'm gonna say, because I can get in some real big trouble if I start discussing what's in the alpha, because I'm not allowed to. But from what they've showed, that's some new stuff from what I haven't even played, and that's been added into the alpha pretty soon, or even now, I believe. So yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out when I can. That is coming out early 2018, so that's all I'm gonna say on it, because again, I could get in some big trouble if I misslip of the tongue, or hell, I might not have even been able to say that. Ray, I'm doing you a favour, I'm hyping your game, leave me alone. Now what about Cuphead, you're saying? Well, Cuphead finally has a release date. Cuphead is coming out this year on September 29th. Oh man, I'm slightly worried about that game. Like, I really want it to be good, but I'm just scared that it's not going to be good. But like, it looks good. So I think that's probably why I'm scared that it's not going to be good, because it looks good. Good. Crackdown 3 got a gameplay trailer and Terry Crews was there doing some stuff. It was pretty funny. I haven't really played Crackdown, I'd never really got into it, so again I can't really say much about it. But that's coming out November 7th. All I can say is that I know some people were worried about the trailer they showed. It didn't really show much and kind of looked a bit bleh. But from the demo they have at the actual E3 conference, people are coming out of Crackdown 3 saying like, yeah, it's actually really good, like it's pretty solid. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see until November 7th. Now this was probably the biggest surprise to me of the whole conference. They announced a new Ori game, Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Man, I was not expecting that. I am so happy that they are making another Ori game. I absolutely adored and loved Ori and the Blind Forest. That's a game that I will say, if you can, go buy and play it. It's a fantastic game. It's well worth the experience. And I'm super happy that, you know, they're doing something else with Ori. So that was great news. Unfortunately, there was no release date or anything like that. Like, there was no, like, 2018 or coming out this year. It was just an announcement for Ori and the Will of the Wisps. But it is a sequel. It is continuing with Ori and the Blind Forest, so it's not just its own standalone thing or anything like that. But all I can say is that I'm really excited for that game, and I hope it turns out even better than Ori and the Blind Forest, so I'm really looking forward to that. So we all know that Xbox 360 has compatibility on Xbox One. Well, they decided to take it a step further. You can now play original Xbox games on Xbox One. That's pretty crazy. Like, that's... I know that there's some people like, ooh, why do we want to play old games still? It's just nice to have. Like, you know, if Microsoft are willing to satisfy that small percentage of people who still want to play the classics, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. If, you know, there's only positive to that. So the fact that, you know, original Xbox and Xbox 360 is now playable on Xbox One, like, that's a pretty big library when you think about it. So yeah, that's coming out late 2017. So yeah, if if you want to play some original Xbox games, then you can now, late 2017. Look forward to it. Now, to close off the Microsoft conference, they showed a new game called Anthem. Oh man, that game was crazy! That game looks really cool! It's a game made by BioWare, just in case you don't know. It's from the people who made the Mass Effect series and Dragon Age. Man, it looks crazy. It looks really pretty and it looks pretty cool. So hopefully it is pretty cool. Can't really say much on that. All I know is that apparently it's coming out 2018. And yeah. Cool. Well, that does it for me and the Microsoft Conference E3 2017. There were some other news in there, but there were only kind of little sprinkles here and there. So, again, if you want some more information or just on the stuff I missed out, just go watch it yourself. Like, it was a really good conference. Like, I thought Microsoft did a pretty solid job on showing what they wanted to show and talking about what they wanted to talk about. So yeah, it's definitely worth the watch if you haven't watched it already. So yeah, that's going to do it for me. So